Music, especially what you are doing with SongDis, it is unusual in that you are trying to disrupt a market that already has major players in it. How did you even get into this industry?
I would say it's passion, and I feel like it's my purpose, it's what I'm supposed to do. Before now, I used to produce and I started having traction. So what I noticed is that most of the time when you have issues, you text some of these companies, what they do is that you keep getting automated message, and they're not giving me like personalized support. Some artists that I was helping to distribute their song using other platform, most of the time you have to send them what we call a stream link. So imagine helping like 20 artists to distribute their song, and you have to create that stream link at that. You have to stay awake at that 12 o'clock a.m. to create that link, even when they want to check how much they've made. So I have to like send them long Excel something, they will not still understand. So it was like causing issues. So I wanted to build something that can solve that problem within those people that are managing.
Hello and welcome to the Made in Africa podcast. I'm your host, Kemishi Samuel, and in the studio here with us today we have Melody Nehemiah. Melody is co-founder and CEO at SongDis. Welcome, Nehemiah.
Yeah, welcome, Black Sam. I don't know if I'm allowed to call you that.
That works fine. I mean, although for the purpose of Made in Africa, I try to maintain a different personality, but I wish more people knew me as Black Sam, honestly.
That's like very easy for me to pronounce.
Right.
Yeah, so,
fantastic. So let's get started. Music, right, especially what you are doing with SongDis, it is unusual in that you are trying to disrupt a market that already has major players in it.
Yeah.
How did you even get into this industry to begin with?
So I would say it's passion, and also I feel like it's my purpose, it's what I'm supposed to do. So first of all, my name is Melody, and from what I know, because I try to know my story, I try to know even before have knowledge of something. Before I started, I can't remember, I tried to ask my father, okay, why do you have to like call me Melody? So from what he told me, my dad likes music. He likes to listen to music. He said he didn't even plan to even call me Melody. Just that the day on my naming ceremony, the pastor just said Melody, and he likes singing. So that's my name. So because of that Melody name, that has like always kept me interested in music one way or the other. Melody. So I just feel like there is a connection to that. So it's actually a long story. So I currently, before building SongDis, I'm a founder of another company called the Heavily Wave Music. So what we do is that we help independent artists and record label artists that are just, because in music we have different type of artists. We have the underground artists, we have the emerging artists, we have the professional artists. So what we do at the Heavily Wave, we try to work with artists that are raw. We try to refine them, try to brand them, we try to market them. Also do music distribution. So we're doing music distribution for just artists that are under our the Heavily Wave company. Because actually I started in the industry as an artist before even I started producing. Then
what
I started
genre
to
of music do you
so music I like to create. I'll not box myself to one particular kind of music. I just feel like any kind of sound I want to make, you understand. So I try to produce that kind of music. So before now, I used to produce. My tag name is No Go Break Your Waist. So even that's any music, No Go Break Your Waist. So that's my tag name. So I started producing when I was like in secondary school, because I didn't actually finish SS3. I like to like read ahead. So when I was in SS2, I didn't have anything I was doing. I already knew that I would write to IEC, but I was not going to school. So I was just at home. I just felt like, okay, let me learn something. And in church, because I always like, choir, all
yeah.
of those things. So my voice is very, very, very tiny then. Like, so I don't just like singing with
Yes.
my voice. I don't like
Okay.
hearing my
Okay.
voice. And the only thing I figure out that I could do well is melody. So whenever I get to listen to music, before I even listen to hear try to understand the lyrics,
Right.
automatically I've understood like the melody, the way the
Yeah.
sound is going. So
Rhythm and
because
all
of
those
that,
things.
yeah, I
Yeah.
decided to just focus on music production. So I was doing music production for a while. I was producing in Suleja. Suleja is
Okay.
in Niger
All
State.
right.
Then I started uploading beats online. So that was like 2015.
Okay.
So then YouTube was kind of new to African
Yeah.
people, and I figured out that a lot of artists, they would like to do cover songs. So for instance, if Davido should drop a song
Yeah.
today now,
Yeah.
they want to just write their verse on it.
On it.
So what I used to do is that I used to remake the beats.
All right.
I have like a lot of bloggers friend, Ninja
Yeah.
Flavor,
Yeah.
all these guys that I used to upload.
Beats.
Then they used to just download songs. They don't
True,
really
true.
stream music. So most of the time I used to like have access to those songs before the songs would drop. So before the song would drop,
Yes.
I've already remake the beats without. So once the song is dropping 10 o'clock, I think there's one song by Davido and Mayoku.
Okay.
I think Morning and Shine, but
Right.
so before that song drop at 12 o'clock. At 12:05,
Yeah.
I've dropped my remake.
Oh, wow.
So it was competing. The stream was competing because what I used to do is that whenever I remake any song, if I want to, I just used to use SEO. I would just name it probably Davido and maybe Morning and Shine, but then I just put instrumental. So what the search engine will do after Davido will play finish or Meko, my
Yours
own
will
beat
come
to come.
next.
So I used to do that. I used to make beats. And I started having traction in Suleja, where I actually started in music, and I decided to move to Abuja because I wanted to just do beyond just making music for my area boys. Because in Suleja, like I have other area guys that are also interested in music, so I'm the one that likes to record them. So from there, I decided I didn't just want to like stop here, so I started looking for where I could like work. So I got a job in a hotel, Bigger World Studio in Gwarimpa. So I was working there. I was making audio production, beats. Then whenever I work out, they would take their share. But as long as I had where I was staying in Abuja, at least Abuja is better than Suleja. So I was just working there. I decided, just felt that I wanted to like go more.
You
understand? I wanted to do beyond just making. I just wanted the world to hear my stuff. So because I was uploading beats online, there's this song by Turning Kiss. I don't know for your case. I love this. So I remake that beats. I uploaded it online. Then I started having people from different parts of the world, even countries I don't know. That want to use this beat. And in music, some people, before they use your instrumental, they have to like ask for rights.
Yes, exactly.
So whenever they want to ask for the right to use the beat, I get to charge. Then I get money from it. So after doing that, like someone saw the beat, he thought I knew Tenny directly. I don't even know Tenny. I was just in Abuja, just doing my thing, and I told him yes, I know her. So the guy said he wants to like feature her on his song. So what I did is that I texted her management team on Instagram and asked how much they will collect. So they paid. I told the guy this is the price. He said okay. He sent him money. I told him that I have to be the one to record her because I was just looking for opportunity to come to Lagos because I want to sit there. When I was just looking for opportunity to come to Lagos, and I said I need to like record her. Then he sent.
Let me interject here, or let me cut you short. Why was there that need to come to Lagos? Is it because of there's a concentration of artists here, or the vibe is just different from Abuja? I don't know. Why were you looking at Lagos specifically?
Yeah, so it's a lot of things because even when I started producing, I didn't grow up with my family, like with my mom and dad. I grew up with my dad's sister.
Okay.
So her husband
Yeah.
used to like work in Julius Berger. On the side, he sell CDs.
All right.
Like the way all these is it boys that used to sell CD plates.
Yeah.
You know, before if you want to watch any movie,
Any
anything,
movie,
you have
yes,
to
an
go
actual
to
CD,
buy
yes,
CD.
buy and then-
So what I used to do after school,
Okay.
I will like go to the shop and sell CD. That's actually music distribution, but in the
yeah,
past.
yeah.
So I was doing that. So if you check the back of any song,
Yes.
you see, you only see Lagos there. Even movie, you see Lagos. So I
Okay.
just figure out that
It's like
this
this is where
Lagos
it's happening.
if I
This is where
should go,
it's at.
once I'm in Lagos, I'll
Yeah.
figure out my way. And even before then, we have artists that are like part of our hood. People
Right.
like Sugar Boy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you
No,
know
I
Sugar.
don't know
Sugar
Sugar
Boy.
Boy.
I think Hola is
Yes.
So Sugar Boy is like an artist. So he blew up in Lagos, but
Okay.
it's actually from our hood. So I already knew that. Okay, once I get to Lagos,
Yes, yes.
and because of Ice Prince, Whiskey, all of them are in
Right.
Lagos. So I just felt that okay, if I'm in Lagos, I'll actually have a
That
way.
makes perfect
Yeah.
sense. But why music distribution specifically? And I'm asking this because other platforms like let me say DistroKid, for example.
Yeah.
Not like I'm promoting DistroKid,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just for reference sake,
Yeah.
exist, right? How is SongDis different from others? And how are you serving the Nigerian market, or should I say the African market, in a way that's better than
Okay.
others?
You asked that before music,
Yeah.
why music distribution? So I already explained that we do talent management on the other side,
Yeah.
the Heavily Way, which is my first company.
Yes.
So before then, I used to do music distribution for
Okay.
people, and what I used to do is that it's not as if I own the company. I used to help assist upload those songs.
Oh.
So I used to use DistroKid.
Yeah.
You understand?
All right.
And I even have an artist that I currently manage. His
Yes.
name is Kedif Coco.
All right.
You understand? So we're using DistroKid. I was also assisting other artists because I work as a music producer. So I'm always like, I have access to different artists, and most of the time in the studio, artists get to talk about their problems
Alright.
and stuff. So I used to help them to use DistroKid to
Yes.
distribute. So what I noticed is that I think in 2020,
Okay.
because my artist, we were opportunity, he did a viral song, and the
Alright.
song just went viral.
Yeah.
A song for the name title of the song is Gratitude, Kedif
Okay.
Coco Gratitude. So the song just went viral, and then we started having traction.
Yeah.
So he had like some funds,
Yeah.
royalties that we need to withdraw. We already have used DistroKid.
Alright.
So before we were able to like even pay to use DistroKid, it was a problem because you know you have to like have dollar card.
Yes.
And
Yes.
majority of us back then we didn't have access to dollar card. So but me, I already have access to Access Bank.
Yeah.
So I have like Access Bank dollar card.
Right.
So I use that to pay for the DistroKid
Yes.
subscription. Most artists, they just rather they'll come at me now, I need DistroKid account. So I
Okay.
use my card
Yes.
to open it. So when we wanted to withdraw the royalties, that's when I discovered that there's actually another problem. So that problem is when you want to withdraw, Nigeria, I think they don't have any tax treaty with the US. So
yeah.
DistroKid took 30% of the royalties. So withdrawing $1,000, they took almost $300, and
yes.
that
Wow.
$1,000 will save it for like years. That okay, when we withdraw this $1,000, we'll be able to use it to do promotion, music marketing for my
Yes.
artists. You understand? Because we didn't have any that royalties that we were making was actually our plan to use the money to. But because of that, I was just tired and stressed. And other artists too, I have to like move from DistroKid to another distribution platform. And even if I should maybe got access to the service, they still that financial payment. I don't know, they can't pay directly. They have to use PayPal too, and PayPal.
And we can't
PayPal
access PayPal
don't
from
work.
here.
Yes,
Exactly.
understand.
Yeah.
And most of the time, when you have issues, you text some of these companies. What they do is that you keep getting automated message.
Messages.
So I'll message them and
that
say,
is so
okay,
frustrating.
PayPal doesn't work here. Use this one. They say, I'll still get this. I say, okay, you know what? I know the company that can integrate that Paystack or
Yes.
something. I won't tell them. This was as if I'm trying to advise
Right.
them. They
I
are
hear
still
you. I hear
they're not
you.
listening to me, and they're not giving me like personalized support. So for instance, some artists that I was managing,
Right.
I was helping to distribute their song using other platform most of the time, because music, some songs drop at 12 a.m. in the midnight, and when that song drop, you have to send them what we call a stream link. So a stream link is where you get to see Apple Music, Spotify. So that's the link that they are going to share. So imagine helping like 20 artists to distribute their song, and you have to create that stream link at that. You have to stay awake at that 12 o'clock a.m. to create that link. And most of the time, I was just actually helping these guys to do some of these things. So sometimes they will just, you never send this thing. You know, like artists, they have problems. Exactly. Like, why they don't mind moving it? Like,
don't spoil my shine.
I know they work with these people. I just they help you. Like, I don't work with DistroKid. So I was like having a lot of, even when they want to withdraw, that they want to check how much they've made, sometimes I still, because I have other artists that I distribute for maybe using a particular, so I have their data, I cannot send them a login to see other artists, so I have to like send them log Excel something, they will not still understand. So it was like causing issues. So I wanted to build something that can solve that problem within those people that I'm managing. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to just build a prototype that, okay, if I'm helping you to distribute, once that time reach, you don't have to like ask me to check your royalties. You can just log in to check your royalties, how much you've made, and if you want your money, you can just ask for it at any time. Then I thought of it. I said, okay, let me just do this thing for Africans, you understand, the people that are not having enough representation. So we have so many distribution companies. We have other that even in-house, like African, like likes of Dapa and the rest that are doing well. But most of this distro company, they have like a niche or a particular people, either the emerging or the guys that already have traction already. So but what we are doing is that we are actually representing the majority. So the ones that don't really have anybody, I don't have connection, they don't even know what to do about like their music, they don't know how to distribute, they don't know how to produce,
they don't even know how to make their way into the industry.
I want to go into music, I want to make music. Then we help them, we'll give them education, we try to educate them, we try to tell them the way things are being done. At least that would like solve stress, errors that we've made in the past. We try to see how that can be corrected, you understand. We try to like give them more personalized support. So for instance, when we built our platform and we've launched something that I didn't see coming, because people have already using our platform. There's this guy in the north, he uploaded his song, and on the art cover he added his number, his Facebook logo, all those kind of things. And all these streaming platforms, they have their guidelines, you understand. So you cannot add your number or email to any album art. Understand. But because we understood that, okay, this guy did not actually understand, we were able to like communicate that, understand. And the guy didn't even understand English. He sent voice notes using Hausa language, you understand. So because we understand, we have like in our team, we have Yoruba, we have different languages of people, so we could be able to like understand, okay, this is it, and we could able to like communicate, okay, this is what you're going to do now, you understand. But other platform, I don't think they can they can be able
take
to
their time to work with just one artist.
So what we are doing is that we are bringing different tailored support. Either you are emerging, either you are professional, we give you services. So we still work with artists that have small teams. So some artists, they have maybe a brother that is their manager, or somebody that has been doing the work already. So we come with, because we have A&R, so we come with not just music distribution. So music distribution is just like one the core of what we do, but we have other stuff.
Services. Fantastic. So when you came up with this idea, what was the first step you took to actually building out the platform? Because I'm assuming you cannot write code. So what was that process like?
So when building the platform, at first I tried to build another. Okay, let me tell you one story. So in before COVID, I think after COVID or before COVID, I was tired of producing. I didn't want to, because production is like my major source of revenue income. So I didn't just want to produce, because I was just tired of making the same sound. You understand? So I wanted to do something that even got me depressed, because this is something I've been doing since secondary school. I don't think say I go blue light on Jazzy. You understand? But I figure out that this thing cannot actually, because I have a lot of friends that are actually doing well in production, that we studied together. They've produced song for Whiskey. They've done a lot of stuff. Me, I've produced song for Zlatan and Tenny, but that was not like the kind of good I anticipated, understand? But I was already building a management company, and people were like telling me that you are a good manager, you are not a good producer. You understand? So I was like, why did you tell me?
Oh my,
you understand? That getting feedback and understanding my strengths and weakness, even though I know how to produce very well, but I have something that I'm more better than at. At first I thought that okay, it's music, because melody is music there. But I figured out that I just like to create stuff. I just like to bring out stuff that are not existing. So before building SongDis, I wanted to build a platform that will connect business owners and content creators. So I figured out, because when I was like small, my dad listened to radio a lot, even when we are going to the farm, even when he's sleeping. So I'm influenced by radio. You understand? So I figured out that most adverts you get to listen to on radio, sometimes even before the advert will play, you listen to it, you already know what the person, you even join them. It's more as if you are reciting it. So I just wanted to build a platform that business owners can get to micro influencers. So for TikToker, you can be a builder, and whenever like you want to you can make a content regardless of your follower. So if I'm a business owner now, instead of spending 500,000 maybe in a particular radio station, I can decide to pay 500 people, maybe even if it's 1,000 for one video, and they will consume the content, and they'll also publicize. They can have even his 100. But when I wanted to build that,
that's much like UGC, user generated content.
Yes. So sometimes I used to have ideas, because I call myself an innovator. So I used to have ideas even before they come out. Sometimes I used to downplay it. I'm not ready. Like this idea that I'm telling you, I had the idea before you TikTok marketplace. So TikTok marketplace is something like that. So sometimes when I get to see my ideas come, I say I don't fuck up. You understand? So I wanted to build SongDis. Before building SongDis, I had somebody that we worked together in a record label. So he was working as a cleaner, understand? And I was working as a music producer when I moved to Lagos. So he was like using my laptop to learn coding then, understand? Because he was like a cleaner, but he was very interested in coding, understand? So when we left the company, he already started building stuff for big stuff for Access Bank, working with church, Redeemed Church. So I already have my guy to reach out to, you understand? So I just reached out to him that I want to do website. He said 80,000 naira for the website. I was like, okay, because I just wanted to remember I said I don't want it to be something that people can just, maybe even if it's form, that they'll just upload. But once I started building it was now looking more than that. And I knew that I cannot continue to pay this guy like for a very long time, and I wanted him to because every member of my team, what we try to do, they try to like have ownership. Understand? So that way they get to
put their
be
mind
more
into
devoted
it,
into it. So I also okay, Alpha bro, let's build this stuff. It started as a TCO, then I said okay, just be my co-founder. Then that's how he started writing the code.
Amazing. Now tell us about SongDis. You've come a long way, so to say, about it. So in terms of how you've been able to reach the Nigerian market and serve artists here in Nigeria specifically, how much impact do you think you are beginning to see SongDis have in the music industry here in Nigeria?
That's a very tough question. So SongDis, we actually since we launched December 28th. So we are not very we've not been
here for a long time.
But so far we are making impact. So for the story I told you about the Hausa guy is like a very good impact. And another thing is that we are also educating artists. So every now and then in the middle of the night we are talking to these artists. your artwork is, because artists most times, especially the independent artists, they have a lot of problem. So for instance now, they can just go to YouTube and download any beats and try to, they'll record on it, and they want to monetize it, and you are infringing in someone's IP.
Exactly.
Understand? So stuff like that we get to, because before we even distribute your song, if your song contain anybody's IP or anything, we'll reject it. Understand? So we are,
which means, sorry to cut you short, you look at every entry individually or manually?
Yes. No, yeah. So we have a system. We have like a system that works, that can scan more than so when we get to, when maybe for instance you upload a song on our platform, and we checked if it has like any copyright issue, we could get to email the person and tell them even the name of the song that has the issue, in case, because I might say, I don't know this thing, I don't understand. So one thing that I've noticed is that, because when we started doing it, a lot of DJs, especially DJs, they were trying to imagine going on Spotify, you search Davido, and you are seeing a lot of Davido or not. It's not very good, you understand? True. And you can't even make money from it. You cannot get sync licensing due. So sync licensing is the use of music in motion, like movies, adverts, games. So that's like, if they are syncing your song in any movie, you are making $100K, five. It's like, it's more profitable than streaming. Understand? But when you don't have the full rights, they cannot clear the song. So, but because we understood that part, we are trying to, from the starting, we're having a lot of people having this copyright issue. So right now they already know that, okay, before you distribute with this platform, you actually have to have the rights. So some of these artists are going back to adjust, so they are getting educated. So instead of wasting their time, record the song, and at the end of the day it gets rejected, they just
make sure they are getting it right from the beginning.
They get it right from the beginning. And outside that, we are also working with other music communities in terms of hosting recording camps. So we'll bring different artists together, they get to collaborate. We're also working with different record labels to be able to provide funding for artists. So if you already have a level of traction, we can market your song. So we have what we call playlisting. You understand? We have editorial playlists, so we can actually pitch your song for playlisting. You understand? And once you get playlisted, people get to discover you. You get to have investment. So that we are seeing we are bringing a lot of value.
It's amazing how much you guys have been able to accomplish in such a short time, and with a very limited team, like you were speaking earlier. So tell us about streaming. And me, I don't understand the industry at all. So it's you I'm learning from now. What is it like earning through streaming? Like, if you get, let's say, 1 million streams on one song, how much does that equate to?
Okay, so it depends on the country and depends on the platform. Understand? And it all depends on, I think, the subscription type. So for instance, in Nigeria here now, if you want to subscribe to Spotify, I think it's 900 or something
dollars per month.
No, 900 naira or 140. I think that's about almost $2.
Oh, you mean the like regular listening to
before you listen to the song.
It's about 1.7 now, actually.
Yes. But in America it's about $11. In UK it's more expensive than that. So because of that, now if you are listening to, for instance, to Davido 5 album in Nigeria and somebody listening in America, so the money Davido is going to earn more, because that particular person listening is paying more. And you understand, so it's going to earn more. So for like 1 million streams in America, it can be $4,000. In Nigeria it can be maybe $500 or so. You understand? So it's and in Nigeria too, we have a lot of, in Africa, let me say in Africa, most people, they would rather use free mood first.
Exactly. Very true. Very true. And platforms like I don't know much again. Audiomack. Audiomack, do they subscribe on Audiomack?
Yes. So Audiomack, because I say it depends. Most of these streaming platforms, they have their own business model, how they work. So Audiomack, they subscribe on Audiomack too. So when you listen on maybe a premium account, the artists get paid more too. And also too, as a maybe listener, you can support your artists, your favorite
maybe by
artist
tipping them and stuff,
directly. It's more of like contribution.
Alright.
Can send $100, understand?
Yeah.
So that's like a different source of revenue.
Okay.
And also the streaming revenue is because music has like different type of royalties.
Right.
And when we talk about royalties, means the money your song is making anytime
time,
it's being
exactly, listened to,
exploited.
yeah.
You understand? So we have stream royalties, that is from all these Spotify.
Yeah.
We have what we call mechanical royalties.
What's that?
So mechanical royalties is when they get to download your song,
Okay.
or when they reproduce your song. So for instance now, you are listening to a song on Spotify, probably you download it.
Right.
You are not streaming it, you can listen to it around
Yes,
that time.
over and over
And also iTunes too, you can get to like maybe buy. You understand that you are downloading it,
Alright.
you have to like buy.
Yes.
So that stream too is different. Also have what we call performance royalty.
Right.
Because okay, the way music works is that it deals with copyright.
Yeah.
We have publishing and we have the masters.
Okay.
So publishing is more of like the songwriter and the producer. So if you are writing any lyrics,
Right.
maybe any word in that song that the person is going to perform, sing it, is a different way.
Oh.
Because when you are making a song, we have different people involved.
Yes.
We have the performing artist,
Okay.
which is the person singing with his voice.
Alright.
We have the songwriter, which is the person writing the lyrics, and also we can say the producer too.
Okay.
Because anything that the producer is doing, any dun 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 guitar or
Yes,
anything,
yes.
is still regarded as writing. Also have the person paying for the production of that song. So
Right.
that could be like the record label or the artist himself, you understand? Then
Yeah.
also have like, so all these people, they have different people that are representing them.
Them.
You understand? But some artists now, they can be the songwriter,
Yeah.
the performing artist, the person sponsoring
right,
their music.
right.
So they get to like get different royalties.
Exactly.
So if you are in that case, you do everything.
Yeah.
On our platform, we don't just get to pay you for streaming royalty.
Okay.
We get to pay you for
All these
both
other
your
things.
performance royalty and everything.
Fantastic.
So for instance now, the performance royalty, now if they get to play your song maybe in a club,
Yeah.
in any public place, hotel,
Right.
you get paid. That's not streaming.
Yeah.
Understand? You get
Yeah.
paid performance royalty.
I hear.
You
So
understand?
how do SongDis make money now? How do you guys make money?
Okay, how we make money. So we have different models, like
Yeah.
business models. So number one, we have the subscription type.
Alright.
So on our platform,
Yeah.
artists, before they use our services, we have the starter plan.
Okay.
So especially for artists that are just started, or artists that are not financial buoyant,
Yeah.
so we just 2,000 naira
Okay.
a month.
A month,
You
yeah.
can subscribe to distribute unlimited number of
Fantastic.
music, just distribution.
Yeah.
You understand? Then we also have growth plan.
Okay.
So that's that. On the starter plan, you can just have just one artist on it.
Okay.
While on the growth plan, you can have 3 artists. So you can join money, me, you, and maybe one of our friends.
Yes.
Then we get to be on our growth, on this growth plan. So that growth plan, you get to distribute your lyrics, you get to distribute your song, you get to have 24/7 customer support if you have any
Wow.
issue.
Yeah.
You also get to there's also something we call playlist portal.
Okay.
So playlist
Okay.
portal is like a where you can pitch your song directly
Yes.
for playlisting. So for instance, now if you go on Spotify, you have Afrobeats playlists
True.
that are being
Very
created by Spotify
Yes,
themselves.
yes.
So once they put your song, there's some people, especially people living in diasporas,
They
they
can
discover
get to
their
discover
music
you,
through
yeah,
maybe
exactly.
workout playlists. You understand? So on that growth plan, you can pitch your song by
Alright,
yourself
yeah.
directly to all these people.
Fantastic.
You just have to tell the story of your song
Yes.
and maybe any marketing plan you have. Then also have the professional plan. So the professional plan is usually for artists that have maybe small teams
Okay.
or record label. So you get to work with our in-house marketing team,
Right.
our A&R.
Yeah.
So it's not as if you are not alone. Maybe you have a release, you get to talk to us,
Yeah.
we get to see how the brand of the whole music is going to be. We get to plan the rollout and execute it with you.
Yes.
That's like that's going for 500k annually.
Okay.
But we've broken it down because one thing we've discovered, because at SongDis we are all about the artists, which
Yeah,
is
and serving
our
them,
users.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so broken it down, instead of paying a year, you can decide to
6 months.
pay a month.
Okay.
So that a month is because some artists now, they have like they don't drop music every time. So that platform will charge you every time.
Yeah.
Like even if you are not dropping song, you
not,
have to pay them.
yeah.
But also, you are not seeing it that way. So only when you have to like drop song,
Right.
but just that you have limited access to us. Understand? So even if you're not dropping song, you can decide to just chill.
Right.
Understand? Yeah,
That's fantastic.
I also have another model that we use. So it's basically for artists that are actually having traction.
For
some artists, they are very, very lucky. Like their song will just go viral once, and they don't know what to do. They have millions of followers. They don't know what to do next. So we get to work with them. We handle that. We give them what we call distribution deal. So we handle the role of collecting their distribution royalties, and also publishing admin. We help them collect their publishing royalties. So in terms of their songwriting, right, if they are also writers, public performance, then we just take a certain commission from the distribution. So if you are giving a distribution fee, we take 15%, then you get to keep the rest. You get to keep ownership. So we are not telling you that you have to be with us for
a certain period of time.
No. You just have to, like, we are just helping you. Anytime we help you collect this route, anytime we are working for you, we are getting paid.
You mentioned that your first company, I don't know if it still exists in the talent management side of things. Is it still Heavywave? Is it still functional?
The Heavywave is still functioning, just that it's not open for everybody. It's just probably for some artists that are doing well on SongDis already, we can move them to the Heavywave. So the Heavywave is more of like more direct support, more of like full management services. You understand? So we handle everything for you. Your
like live shows.
If you're having endorsements, we handle more of like a record label contract, but we are not like taking ownership. For some artists, we help them like in terms of sponsor. We sponsor. For some artists, they already have like funds. Then we just help them execute. It's very well.
Please, I have a very important question. So we see very often, especially in the Nigerian music industry, not necessarily only in the Nigerian music industry, but I just want to mention our case here. We see an artist trying to leave a record label, and it's always a squabble, it's always a fight, right? And people are throwing hands and insulting themselves on social media because one person is trying to break out. What do you think is always the cause of that issue when it comes to an artist trying to leave their record label? Is it a legal, maybe a contract breach, or please just enlighten us?
So I would say it's education. Understand? And that's even why we say we are helping artists solve issue. Because for me, when I was a young artist manager, I almost make some of those mistakes. Understand? So most of these artists don't have a legal entertainment lawyer. So when they give them the contracts, they don't understand the clauses.
They just sign because they're excited to have been given a contract.
They don't sign. And the other part, they are forgetting that the person that is giving you this deal is investing millions of money inside, and music is business. I'm not helping you because I like your voice.
I want to make money with your voice.
Even if I like your voice, I also want to make money. So on some of these contracts, we have what we call clauses. So for instance, I have the sunset clause. So if I work with you, I'm expected, even when you've left, like even when you're no longer working with me, I'm expected to still make money from this. And also, the way it works is that if I also pay for the production of any music, maybe I pay for the marketing and maybe producer, I make sure that the song is being created. I own the masters. You understand? So most of these artists, they don't understand that.
They don't understand the business of it.
Yes, and even before I pay, even before some contract, before they pay you, they have to recoup their money that they spend. So if I spend $100,000
I must get that one
so
first.
most of these artists, they just think
wow.
So you see, it's not that it's not their fault.
Oh my.
So it just understanding and trying to know that this is what you're supposed to do. There's also the record label side, you understand? But most of these artists are not educated enough. Sometimes they give them contracts. Even some people we give contracts, we try to tell them go and look for another entertainment lawyer. Our lawyer is giving so some of them
lawyer is working for us, not for you.
Some people now, some artists, their record label will give them a contract,
Yeah.
and the record label will still be the one to review the
advise.
contract. You understand? So it's not. So
Oh
it's just
my.
about
Yeah.
understanding the
Yeah. The
business.
business
Yeah.
of music.
And most artists,
Yeah.
especially in Nigeria, they don't understand some of these things. So you are still trying to, because we are not just music distribution.
Right.
You understand? We are trying to give artists full support. So in terms of still educating these artists,
I love
you
that.
understand? Most of the artists we manage at the heavily with, sometimes we have sessions that we teach them stuff, not music stuff, business stuff, just for them to understand that, okay, this thing you are doing, there is a business. Because artists too, they are also emotional. Sometimes I tell them that I will recoup money. They start seeing
my hard work.
so they
Will I
just
not
call
be
you out on
compensated?
Twitter.
Yes,
You understand?
for those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We see that a lot.
Yeah, so because of that, yeah.
This do you have a particular genre of music that you want to work more with? Like do you prefer, is there a bias, like maybe you are more open to working with artists from, let's say, what's this Afrobeats than gospel, for example?
Okay,
Do you have that bias?
Okay, so there's no bias.
Okay.
We don't have bias, but we have ethics.
Okay.
Understand? So we work with artists from different genre, and even outside from different genre and different age.
Okay.
So we can even work with 65 years old man that wants to release an high life music. You understand?
Yes.
It's not, we don't focus on one people. What we would like is that the artist is committed, and the artist understand that, okay, this is business. You understand? And sometimes we might need to call you when you are sleeping or when you want to chill. Understand? So we don't have any. We work. That's why most of the time, sometimes I don't even want to say SongDis. We're all about music distribution. We work as long as you are an audio creator or anything. We work with you on our website. You'll see different genre. We have hip hop, we have EDM, we have a lot of stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we don't just work with just Afrobeats, but most of the people we work with are actually young people, because because of that, it's always like Afrobeat. But we have other people with different catalogs. We even have some people that are distributing their music from South Korea. They are not Nigerians.
Amazing.
So it's just we have different.
So as we wind down, what is a piece of advice that you would give to aspiring artists?
A piece of art. Actually,
but you can share as many as you have, obviously. Yeah.
Okay. So as an artist, I would say, as long as you've made up your mind that you want to do the music thing, you can do it. Understand? You just need to be very, very committed and have people that care about you. You understand? You need to have people that are actually more interested in your long-time growth. You understand? Not just short-time growth. And you also need to be ready to do the work, because even music people work more than 9 to 5. You understand? You need to be in the studio always. You need to, sometimes you are coming back from, so you need to be you need to be very, very ready for the work. And also just it's mostly the work and commitment. Stay positive, and have people that are actually helping you, that believe in your dream. And what else? That's just,
as you were saying this, some other questions came, but please permit me. Do you think what makes an artist, is it their voice and talent, or is it the management team behind them? Now let me add more context. Let's assume I'm an artist, right? I'm passionate about music, but I clearly don't have the talent, right? My singing is terrible. I don't know how to perform. But this is what I want to do. Do you think my management team can make something out of me?
Yes. So in Artiste, we have different journey. We have what we
Okay.
call artist development.
All right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So there's some artists that we work with at the beginning of the time because they are committed. That's why I said the work.
Yes.
Because they are committed,
Yeah.
they don't know how to write, but they
Okay.
can sing. Their voice is good.
All right.
So once we get them to keep doing it, we
Yeah.
have some styles, some tricks that will help you.
Yeah.
That once you keep doing, before you know, you start writing well.
Wow.
As long as you have that commitment
Commitment.
and you are ready to listen, to be developed, because artists, they go through a journey. We
Yes.
have artist development where you go, we try to see what you are not good at.
Yeah.
Then we try to see, even if you are not good at maybe speaking to the media or looking good,
Yes.
we try to like see, but it all boils down in you if you are ready to listen.
Right.
Because there's some artists that you try to tell stuff and they don't
They're
want
just
to.
very
They're
pompous
just
and
delusional.
arrogant,
You understand?
Yes.
But it's just the work and the ability to listen.
Right.
Because most of the time, your management team are always working. They are reading stuff, knowing the new
Yeah,
updates.
yeah.
You don't have that time for that. You are
True.
focusing in the
On the
studio.
music, yeah.
They know one or two things that will move you from one stage. So you just have to do the work.
Put your head
It's
down
more
and
like
listen,
going
yeah.
to the gym.
Right.
Understand? If you are not doing the work, you will not have the muscles that you
exactly.
want. You're just going to just
Makes sense.
It's just good.
Makes sense. Oh my god. I'm trying to round up, but questions keep coming. One more question, please.
Yeah.
It might not even be the last, but please help me. This one has been on my mind, right? As you were speaking, it came back. In building SongDis, are there challenges that you've experienced, and has there been some kind of like resistance from people in the industry? And I'm saying this because in the tech ecosystem, for example, right, there are certain people that gatekeep certain opportunities, right, from other people. So you have to belong to a cabal, their cabal, for you to be able to access some kind of opportunities.
Okay.
Is that the same in the music industry? And have you witnessed anything like that?
So some people say there is, so but for me,
Yeah.
I don't think there is to me,
Okay.
because I just feel like everything is possible. Because even SongDis has proven that.
Right.
When we started building SongDis, one of the challenges we were facing is actually having to distribute bulk.
Okay.
So we don't have to use another maybe party to
Right.
like distribute it. And imagine having to distribute to 450 streaming platforms. So it was almost everybody I reach out to the industry said, you cannot do that. You have to have license. You have to do this thing.
Yes.
Understand? That's what they just tell you that maybe their limits where
Right.
I don't know if it's true, but what they've tried, sometimes it's true.
Yeah.
You understand? But for me, I don't allow that. I'm like, I would say I'm a global citizen.
Yeah.
You understand? People I communicate with.
Yeah.
Some people I don't even know them.
Right.
But because of they could understand, they know what you are
Yeah.
building, and maybe they've walked through that part. There's always a way. You understand?
Amazing.
There's always a way for us. So right now we just seal a partnership deal with Symphonic.
Fantastic.
So Symphonic is a global music distribution.
All right, yeah.
Understand? So we are working with them to be able to offer more personalized services
Amazing.
to African artists. So for instance, now if I didn't push on like to work with what we have at that time, I would have not even have the ability to be able to like upload bulk more
Yeah.
than 20,000 songs. You understand?
Wow.
So these are like, there's always challenges.
Right.
Even when we started EFCC, CBN,
Really?
that's what Paystack said.
Wow.
So because our system,
Yeah.
we have like wallets embedded in our
Yes.
system. You can
Yes.
convert your reality to any currency, because we are trying to think about Africa. People in Ghana, they
exactly.
use
Cedis
Ghana
and-
cedis,
yeah.
and they have their own financial, what
True,
they use. I think
institutions, exactly,
They use,
yeah.
I think, is it Momo money also that they use there.
Mm.
So what we try to do is that whenever we face these challenges,
Right.
we try to see how we can beat, or how we can find a way
Yeah.
to work around
Yeah.
it. So there's always challenges.
Amazing.
There's always challenges.
There's always a way. I think that is on that note I want to end this episode. It's been amazing speaking with you, Melody. I hope we can do this together at some other time.
Sure.
You'll be listening to the Made in Africa podcast. I'm your host, Kemeshi Samuel. Yes.
I will say thank you very much, because
You're welcome.
I would say I'm always on YouTube.
Right.
I would say most of the founders or anything, because I'm a first-time founder, and one thing I try to tell myself is that I don't wait to make mistake. I don't wait for me to make the mistake. I can just look at you, okay, you follow this way, make a mistake. You might not even know.
Yeah.
Understand? And how I try to do that is try to listen to conversation. There's something that I might not want to see, but because we're having conversation like this, I will just see it. Understand? So I try to like watch other founders video company. That's how I was able to discover Jamit, and I was like, these people actually have something.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was saying, this is something. Thanks, my guy. Thank you guys
Thank
for
you for taking
having
out
me
the
here,
time.
man.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it.
I mean, we'll keep supporting ourselves as much as possible.
Yeah, sure, my bro.
Again, you've been listening to Melody Nehemiah. Melody is co-founder and CEO of SongDis. I'm your host, Kemeshi Samuel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Keep watching Made in Africa podcast.